Let's wrap this up later. My hero. Come on, let's go see what you brought us. Hey, so how about you let someone else be point man next time? You've earned a break.
No, no thanks. Take a dive over being at the office any day.
Yeah, well, either way, it's gonna be a while to the next dive.
What are you talking about? What about Thursday's job? Oh, come on, no.
Got under bid.
You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, competition's tough. Let's see here now. Care to do the honors?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Wow. Look at that. Struck copper.
Well, you'd be surprised how much this stuff is worth. Clients paying good money for the full coverage.
Sure you don't want to just melt it down, make some pennies?
Come on, let's go celebrate. First round's on me.
Bar hopping with you guys? No, not unless there's hazard pay. It's all the same to you. I think I'm just gonna do the paperwork and get home and crash. Rain check though?
All right, suit yourself. Hey, good work today.
Thanks.
So I'm getting a little bit of a restless vibe from Nate. I'm guessing the boring civilian life doesn't agree with him.
Hey, Nate, hold on.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Got a present for you.
Present? What's this?
Got some news from my contact about that wreck off the coast of Malaysia.
Oh no.
The ship's intact.
Yeah?
Cargo's right for the pigging.
You are persistent. I'll give you that.
And all the money came through for the equipment too. We are all set. Except my best guy. The guy I trust for the job, the only one. He's got cold feet.
My feet were never warm to begin with. Tell me, this contact of yours, did you get the permits?
No, he did not get the permits. Can't no one get the damn permits.
Of course not.
But Nate, don't you see that works in our favor? No permits means no competition. The ship, it's ours.
No permits means no go.
Nate, this is retirement money for the both of us, okay? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be working salvage when I'm 60. Do you?
Sure beats prison. Listen, I have to pass. And trust me, so should you.
Okay, just take it with you. Humor me.
I'm not gonna change my mind.
No, then don't hurt to sleep on it. Does it?
Say hi to Carla and the kids for me.
All right. No pressure, Nate. But think about it.
Yeah, Nate wouldn't need retirement money if he hadn't blown all his money.
You really did your homework on this one.
During that little prison stint in Turkey, was it? From that museum in Uncharted 2.
Down the search area. It would make a hell of a find.
All those treasures he found for nothing, because they lost most of his money by bailing him out of that prison.
Son of a bitch. No way. You are going with the others.
For a normal life. Yeah, so I'm guessing even though he won't admit it, he's feeling a little restless.
Climbed your big brother some years back.
Yeah, and you blew that place up, Nate.
One of the stranger things I've collected along the years.
So now, actually a pretty good time to talk about what I mentioned before because it fits the mood perfectly. Some people might wonder before why I hated Uncharted 3 and why I'm so down on Nate's characterization in the first place. I think because all the destruction that he's caused pretty much throughout these games. I mean, first of all, let's tackle the game itself. I mean, the whole story of a genie or of a jinn, basically, which is an evil spirit, and they built it up with all this mystery, and you were wondering what were we going to see at the end? Is it some type of monster? Is it a hoax? Is it some type of alien or something? Like, what exactly was in that jar? We didn't see shit. You know, we saw nothing. They built up the whole mystery, and then we didn't get to see a damn thing because it's obvious that themselves didn't know what was in that jar. They came up with the idea for the story. They thought it sounded cool, Solomon locking up something in a jar, but they had no idea what was in there. So when it came time for the climax, all that build up, and it was a letdown because we never even saw what was in the damn jar. For all we know, there was nothing in that damn jar, except some corpse that King Solomon had thrown in there. So that was a huge letdown. And it's a sign of pretty weak writing that they came up with this concept, but they didn't even know what the hell was in the central jar in the first place. It was a MacGuffin without payoff. Secondly, he destroyed freaking Ubar. Like, might as well call it Uber because after Nate got done with it, it was pretty much worthless. This entire holy city, which archaeologists have been searching for hundreds of years. You know, archaeologists would have killed to examine that. They'd kill to examine that in the real world. Kind of have a hint of where it's buried in reality, but it's so far down this hole in the desert that they'll probably never reach it. And here comes Nathan Drake, and he blows up the whole damn thing by shooting that rocket right through that chain. Like, seriously, that was ghastly. Seriously, Nate, you couldn't shoot that rocket at the thugs and just kill them all. Kill all the bad guys and then just get the hell out of here. No, you had to shoot it right through the chain that destroyed the whole city. Unbelievable. If that were the real world, you can bet that Arabic authorities would have arrested Nathan Drake and killed his ass for doing that. Seriously. That's like if he found Atlantis, went onto the island, or the sunken island, or whatever it is, and just completely blew it up. Like, unforgivable in the world of archaeology to me. And yeah, I know he's a treasure hunter and not an archaeologist, but shit. Seriously, Drake. Like he told the guy in Uncharted 2, you know, that monk, everything he touches does turn to shit. He's worse than Indiana Jones in that respect, because at least Indy is just incompetent. And Lara Croft actually gets away with some of the items and artifacts that she discovered, and, you know, displays them or puts them in a museum or whatever. Nate just destroys everything he touches.
Spanish doubloon found in a German U-boat in the middle of a jungle. Who would have thunk?
Yep, there's a coin from the first Uncharted. So those are like all his memory artifacts. And there's the journal. So yeah, the plot was just atrocious. Like, all that build up, no payoff. And on top of that, Nate comes out of it looking like this huge asshole. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to touch the book, game. You don't have to give me that hint. And then on top of that, it was so over the top too. Like, the situations this guy kept getting himself in. Like, I can understand why they need to build up the excitement after 2 games. You know, they had that train piece, that magnificent train piece from the second game. And they had some good stuff in the first game. But damn, like, when he was trapped in that boat in Uncharted 3, and it was sinking, and he just kept falling through the levels, and then stuff after stuff after stuff kept happening to him. How does this guy even survive any of that? It's just so over the top, it becomes completely ridiculous. And Uncharted 2 had some over the top stuff, but it was just so awesome and so epic. And this Uncharted 3, it was just stupid. Like, seriously, like, even Batman wouldn't have survived some of the crap that happens to Nathan Drake in that game. Like, it is so ridiculously over the top. This guy's gotta be like a walking god to survive all of that crap. Survive all of that stuff unscathed. And then on top of that, he's in the freaking desert with no direction, no compass, no water, no food, and somehow he miraculously stumbles into the exact same place that he's looking for, where Bedouin raiders suddenly come in at the exact time they need to in order to rescue his ass. Like, it's just so ridiculously over the top that it just completely took you out of the game, at least for me. So yeah, that's why I'm salty about Uncharted 3. Sucked. Too ridiculous, too over the top, and Nathan Drake proved that he's nothing but a destructive asshole. But this is Uncharted 4, and Nate actually seems pretty decent here, so let's just hurry up and finish this up before the game tells us again. Obviously we know what this is. This is his journal, Sir Francis Drake.
Sir Francis Drake takes a bullet for Sully. Look at us.
Yeah, you look so young, Nate. Elena, Sully, where did the years go? Found this on my old camera, thought you'd like to have it. E. Oh, that's nice. Alright, let's flip the journal. So yeah, that's my little diatribe there. Sorry to take minutes away from the game, guys, but I just had to get that off my chest, because like I said, I'm hoping this is better.
Shambhala.
Yeah, you and that Lazarevich guy blew it up, Nate. You blew up freaking Shangri-La. And for what? Like, seriously, does anybody even believe that guy Lazarevich could have done anything with that tree sap? Like, seriously.
Miss you, pal.
Tenzin? Is he dead? I wonder if he's dead by now. Oh, wait a second. It said we could flip it. Nate and Tenzin. Yeah, like seriously, by the end of the game, he was down to 2 guys, basically. Lazarevich and his 2 minions. So, like, you really think, even if Nate hadn't cornered them, that they would have escaped out of there alive? With all those blue guys chasing after them? I don't think so. Like, they just blew up that city and that tree for no reason whatsoever, because there was not a damn thing Lazarevich could have done with that, even if he had gotten away. I mean, what, they're gonna bring in helicopters and stuff to get that tree sap out of there? How long you think that's gonna last before it catches somebody's attention? I'm surprised he hasn't destroyed Atlantis, because usually in this type of game that's one of the target goals you go for. And no. For Atlantis, Nathan Drake still hasn't set foot on that place, if it does exist in the Uncharted universe.
So many men killed each other for a piece of this.
Yeah, Nate, you killed like 200 of them. Murder. Yeah, so many men killed each other. Dang, you killed a freaking army over that.
Sir Francis and his elaborate puzzles.
Man, look at the detail in this. That's one thing I gotta give to this game. Like, look at that finely crafted detail right there. That is awesome. Those were the glory days, huh, Nate? What's this?
Yeah. Thanks for nothing, St. Dismas.
Oh, he's remembering his brother. It wasn't that Saint's fault, Nate. It was that idiot who shot the guard. Like, seriously, did he really expect he could get away with that? These guys do not screen or vet the guys they work with, I'm telling you. Because that guy was a total jackass, betraying the guard like that. Yeah, the guard was gonna betray them technically, but still. Like, he could have been clean out of there if he hadn't just stuck that knife into him.
Now this was a crazy ride.
A ram up the pillars. Royale Inn. Was that from Uncharted 3? Nate, how's things? I've been up to my usual shenanigans. Nothing major, but enough to keep the heat on the wine stock. Caught wind of something that sounded right up your alley. Should you ever change your mind, give me a yell. I'm always on hand for a quick getaway. Love, Chloe. Sri Lanka.
Not really my style anymore. Yeah. Here they come. Take cover. I'm surrounded.
Oh, come on. Who's gonna come after him? Elena?
Bullseye. Don't let him flank you, Nate. Take that. I gotta keep moving.
Man, this is silly.
And that.
Hey, who's that? Like I recognize there's a toy target, obviously, but like, is that one of the creatures from Uncharted 1? 2? Uncharted 3? I don't know, it's hard to keep track of him. There's one guy over there with his bald head. Oh, that one didn't work.
Right. Eat plastic.
Still got it. That's a nice little trophy, I expected that.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
So that looks like Lazarevich. I guess Nate never really forgave him for all that crap he did he?
Gotcha.
Yeah, horn thing. Here we
Like
go.
a pro.
Let's see if he hits Elena with a dart.
Back in business. Well, playtime's over.
To shoot her with a dart, just because. Man, so it's like a little hideaway up there, you know? That was the explorer Nathan Drake, and now he comes back to reality and he's just plain old, I guess, common man Nathan Drake. Worker grunt? Salvage worker? Seriously, Nate, all that knowledge and skills, and you couldn't find a job as anything better than a salvage worker? Not that the work they do isn't important, but it is a nice looking bathroom. It's bigger than mine, I tell you that. So I just saw Justice League the other week, and it was extremely okay. I think the movie came out 10 years too late. 10 years ago, this would have been groundbreaking, seeing all those superheroes up on screen all together at the same time. Now it's just like I told someone else, action movie with Batman and the others in it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. That was pretty cool in some respects, but yeah, it wasn't anything impressive. I'm not surprised it did poorly. Best part of the movie was actually Aquaman. Like that was a revelation. Who'd have thought Aquaman was so badass? Like he was a badass in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, but still, like I think he's definitely surpassed his what you might call it, the his Super Friends origin. If nothing else, the movie was worth it for that. And oh look, Nate uses Listerine, just like I do, and just like pretty much half of America. Or is that Atlantis? Like it might seem like a common detail, but I would have thought maybe he was a scope man or something. Oh, there's the wedding.
Wow. Now that is a good one.
Yeah, Nate looks good in a tuxedo. Kind of like a cleaned up, younger Pierce Brosnan and James Bond, doesn't he? So I'm guessing the way this goes is his brother's gonna come calling, and Nate isn't gonna be able to resist the journey of adventure. You know, that we're all going on one last adventure. Man, those are some nice clothes. Nice flat screen TV. Yo, Nate's got it made. Lhasa. Can't really read what it says, but it sure looks pretty. Let's see what's over here in his little office. Or is that Elena's office? Bangkok.
Oh, is this what you're working on?
Ultimate Traveler Info Guide, Safe and Easy Trips. The ultimate travel guide to Bangkok. Full color maps, local history, walking tours, bus and rail schedules, day trips and longer adventures, hotels, hostels, bars, nightlife. Whether you visited Bangkok before or it's your first time to the capital of Thailand, this book will help you navigate everything from common tourist destinations to the off-beaten path adventures. Visit the Grand Palace and the City Pillar Shrine on the historic Ratanakosin Island. Explore and sample the wares in the weekend market, find a place to drink, hail a tuk-tuk, and find a place to crash afterwards. Filled with local knowledge, this guide will help you get the most out of your visit. Yeah, we know why most Americans visit Bangkok, don't we? Don't we, guys? Maybe not so much the women, but come on. We know what the men do there, don't we? We all know it.
We really need to go on another vacation.
I don't know, Nate. With your luck, you should probably go to Hawaii and see if Pele's real. You know? If she's really a goddess or if she's just a myth. Knowing your luck, you'd probably be surprised. Then again, I hear she curses everyone who touches the rocks there, so knowing Nate with his infinitely lasting bad luck, he probably better not go there. He'll end up with 1,000 curses on him instead of just one. I mean, hell, Sully and Chloe would probably be cursed too, just by association. So this is a nice little quiet beat for an Uncharted game, or any game really. Like, we've never really seen, aside from Heavy Rain, I think, how the action hero lives. Semic in the beginning of The Last of Us, but like I said, that game kind of sucked to me. I'm not into those post-apocalyptic games, so I recognize that almost everybody else thinks it's a masterpiece, but it just didn't grab me. And I was running out of freaking space on my hard drive, so I had to uninstall it to make room for the Resident Evil 7 DLC and the Evil Within 2, which I'm going to be
You were up there
playing.
a long time.
Well, I was researching something.
Oh, is that what we're calling it these days?
I was.
Hey, would you mind grabbing the food? I'm just wrapping up here.
Oh, yeah, sure thing.
Thanks.
Oh wow, Elena looks good. Some nice feet too, like I'm surprised at the detail, just even little things.